Hello YouTube. I'm going to be making a video very on the fly. As you can see, I look like hell. We are both not looking all that great. That's because of the fact it just got to me. Right now you're seeing me in with the the usual potato face, as people call it when we're out of makeup, when goths are out of makeup and just totally scraggly. But okay, the reason why I'm making this video now is because this is getting out of hand. This is just getting so beyond stupid. The situation is this. Apparently last night, Donald Trump, President Trump, made a speech in which he stated something about things that are happening in Sweden. He referenced something happening last night in Sweden. And people in Sweden were like, what happened last night? And other people were in the United States were like, what happened in Sweden last night? And making a big deal out of this. And this has resulted in people posting stupid stuff. I'm sorry, this is so fucking stupid. Like somebody posted a picture of a Swedish flag. And it said, Sweden stood with us after Bowling Green, which is in reference to Caroline O'Connor, I forget what her name is. Probably totally blew her name. Stating that about Bowling Green, the Bowling Green attack, which there wasn't one, of course. What she meant to say was Bowling Green terrorists. In other words, there were terrorists in Bowling Green, a city in this country. And she misspoke one word. She said Bowling Green attack, opposed to Bowling Green terrorists.
They take everything out of context.
They take everything out of context. Okay?
They blow it up.
So,
and they fucking make it a big deal.
Right. Like this stupid meme. Here, let me see if I can. Here goes the camera. We're flying. There it is. There's the meme. There's what it says. Sweden stood with us at Bowling Green. Now we must stand with Sweden.
You know what?
Trump never said this. He never said this at all. Good God, I look like Ozzy Osbourne. I don't care. And he never said Sweden stands with, we must stand with Sweden or anything like that. I have the actual transcript of the speech, and I will be reading it. Okay. So this goes on, and people are posting more and more of these stupid things. Terrorist group Al-IKEA has claimed responsibility in Swedish attack. Come on, guys.
You know
this is getting out of hand.
You know what pisses me off? Is they make these stupid memes, and they make these stupid, like, dumbass, I mean, I see it in my feed all the time, stupid dumbass comments, and, like, when a real terrorist attack happens, or even to, you know what, there's terror attacks that fucking happen, like, everybody forgot about the Ohio State University.
Yeah, exactly. There's this stuff. There's this stuff about the 7 nations that Trump has temporarily banned travel from. One of them is Somalia. And people are saying that no terrorist attack has taken place from anybody from Somalia in this country.
Yep.
Bullshit!
Also,
it was in Ohio State University. There was a Somali refugee or immigrant walking around with a meat cleaver.
I think it was a butcher knife. It was something. It wasn't
an edged weapon.
Yeah, he started stabbing people. There was people injured, but no one died. So I guess it doesn't count.
Right. He was walking around with an edged weapon. Okay, be it a machete, be it a meat cleaver, be it a scimitar. I don't care. It's still an edged weapon. When it makes contact with human skin, it opens it. That's not a good thing. And there's this motherfucker walking around a college campus from Somalia who is terrorizing people. That is a terrorist act and was carried out on this land.
He got all bitchy because, oh, we don't have a prayer room and blah, blah, blah. So he's a victim, so he's going to stab people, run him over and stab him. And then you got, like, okay, so I shared that. And then, people forget about Pulse.
Mm-hmm.
And
Pulse,
I guess the media doesn't call it a fucking terror attack, even though it is a fucking terror attack. then you get AJ Plus saying there's no terror attacks since 9/11. Well, there's been a fucking shit ton. And not only when you mentioned Somalia, that attack for the Ohio State, guess what? There's been lots of plots that have been foiled from people from Somalia. So fuck off. And plus that in Europe, there's lots of fucking issues with Somali refugees. That's a big fucking deal. And what pisses me off is all these people, like I said before, can make all these fucking retarded ass memes and jokes and I'm so clever, I don't like Trump, big whoop-de fucking do. But, they totally ignore real terror attacks and they totally ignore what's going on in Sweden because what's going on in Sweden is actually really fucked up. I shared videos of people fucking like the video of the students freaking out and attacking the teacher from the gay bar video thing.
Right. And it's like speaking about this people are taking it like I'm a supporter of Trump. And it's like, I'm not really a supporter of Trump. I want him to be a successful president, but I'm not, I'm not going to be like turning away when he starts doing bad things. But I'm really getting sick of the media doing this shit. First of all, the media is making itself look stupid.
Yep.
It's pissing a lot of people off.
Yep.
And it's making the United States look like a fool. Sorry, guys, my nose is itching, probably because of my hair getting caught in my nose. Also, earlier I saw her grinning because I nodded my head like this, and I looked like a Muppet in the preview here. So that's what I was grinning at. I was not grinning at what Amber was saying. What Amber was saying was making perfect sense. Okay, let's put that all aside. Let's actually read what Donald Trump said. President Trump. You will notice also the media refers to him as Donald Trump, not President Trump. He is our president, whether we like it or not, and we should be addressing him as such. Okay. All right, this is from Trump at the speech. Here's the bottom line. We've got to keep our country safe. You look at what's happening, we've got to keep our country safe. You look at what's happening in Germany. You look at what's happening last night in Sweden. Sweden. Who would believe this? Sweden. They took in large numbers. They're having problems like they never thought possible. You look at what's happening in Brussels. You look at what's happening all over the world. Take a look at Nice. Take a look at Paris. We've allowed thousands and thousands of people into our country, and there was no way to vet those people. There was no documentation. There was nothing. So we're going to keep our country safe. That was it. That's what he said. There's no mention of terrorist attacks. The only thing that is questionable is look what's happening last night in Sweden. That's the big question. Notice how the media completely glosses over the rest of this thing, which is, from what I have seen, is quite accurate. Right now, Europe is a hellhole when it comes to protests and violent acts. Paris is a fucking war zone.
No more tourism.
Yeah, the media is not keeping track of this. The media is not showing you this. But if you go onto YouTube, you will see video after video after video after video of violent protests and anger. And not French citizens are doing this. These are immigrants that have entered the French country and are causing riots. There was a person who was arrested by 4 French police officers. The officers, the guy was arrested for having a drug charge. Okay, fine. He was arrested for having a drug charge, and the cops brutalized him. Okay? They took a freaking nightstick and they sodomized him with it.
I can't believe that a whole group of them did that.
Yeah, you got to look into it. As far as I'm concerned, these cops are scum. As far as I'm concerned,
I'm just shocked.
For allowing this to happen, for what happened to this person, there should be a bullet in the brain pan of each of those cops. I'm sorry.
That's pretty crazy.
They're bad. Okay, for allowing that to happen, for sodomizing a guy with a fucking nightstick. Fuck that shit. You're cops. You're not supposed to do that shit. No. The issue is there was a protest in Paris about this arrest and about this brutalizing. And what has happened is the protest was fine. It was relatively peaceful. It's just people chanting. But then Antifa came in and started causing issues. It started causing violence. But in the recording, in the audio, you can hear multiple, not one, not two, but several calls of Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar.
Allahu Akbar. Okay? You can hear this in the recording. These Antifa have turned out to not be just Antifa, but turned out to be Muslim migrants causing shit.
Well, duh. They're having excuses to riot.
Exactly.
I mean, they want any excuse. They're gonna riot anyway. Like the fucking quote unquote refugees, migrants are gonna burn down and riot anyway because that's why they're there. But they're just looking for an excuse.
And they are burning down. They are burning things up. They are smashing things. Paris is a war zone at this point. I mean, there's no other term for this. And when I saw what was going on in Berkeley a few weeks ago, I was terrorized. I was really concerned that this stuff was going to come down to where we are, because just what was going on. I mean, there was burning. People were burning shit, and this is in a reaction to Milo Yiannopoulos, a shit poster, a trouble causer, but still he has the freedom of speech, and those people stopped his freedom of speech. And as far as I'm concerned, that's fascism. And what I'm seeing here when it comes to Trump, what Trump said, is I'm seeing the media focusing on one tiny little detail and completely glossing over the gist of his speech. Europe is in trouble. Okay? I know you may think that's me being anti-Islamic or anything like that. No, Europe is in trouble, and it's getting worse.
You know what pisses me off about this? Oh, go ahead.
And to tell you the truth, I don't want this happening in this country. And people getting upset about this temporary ban, not a full-out ban, for 7 countries. If this is a Muslim ban, it would be a hell of a lot more than 7 countries. It would be 50 nations, along with Britain, France, Germany, Sweden, all of those countries. But they're not on that list. It was only 7 countries. And that list was written by Barack Obama, or his administration. Trump added Syria. That's it. And it's only for 120 days. It is now 90 days since he wrote that executive order.
Yeah. You know what pisses me off? It's these people being like, oh, well, you know, they don't know what's going on because they haven't taken 2 seconds to fucking look at a 5 fucking minute video on fucking YouTube that proves this shit's happening in Europe.
Exactly.
But then they'll go on like, oh, the rise of the far right in Europe.
Right.
When actually what's really happening, there might be some far right movements.
There's nuts on both sides.
Yeah, there might be some escalating just because that happens when you have like shit go the other way. But also too, just people who are concerned about the immigration and the violence that's that's happening in the name of Islam and all that fucking bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
They're labeled far right, just like Milo Yiannopoulos
Right.
labeled the goddamn fucking Nazi.
Right. He's labeled a. This is the other thing. This whole it's okay to punch a Nazi shit. Do you realize how that can turn around on you so fast and get you into more trouble than the people who you were punching? You know, it's like you're justifying the unjustifiable.
Just wait till Islam punches all the people it doesn't like.
Yeah.
There goes left.
Yeah, exactly. There is.
Fucking retards.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah.
Anyone who fucking, I'm gonna side with Islam because they're so great. Fucking idiots, man. You all are fucking retarded. You can't even do 5 seconds of fucking like homework online. You can't even fucking click on the article that you post to find out that it's satire or to find out what it's really about.
Right. And
these people are so uninformed.
Right. And you know, the thing is, what this is doing, I mean, I'm usually not a very angry person. Right now, I'm livid. I am livid because our media is failing us. Our media is lying. Our media is taking stories and spinning them so completely out of control. Don Lemon. If you guys know who Don Lemon is.
It's an asshole.
Well, yeah, he became an official asshole to me. Because he had a panel of 4 people. 3 of them were going along, getting along, and saying, oh yeah, Trump is spending too much money on vacations and all this sort of stuff. Whereas the guy on the bottom was like, well, actually, I think this entire thing is fake news. And the guy next to him, who was going along to get along, actually nodded his head in agreement to this guy saying, actually, this is probably fake news. We're making a big deal out of nothing. What does Don Lemon do? He cuts that guy off. He first gives that guy a lecture, and then he cuts him off. This is our media that's doing this. This is the people we're supposed to be able to trust. I cannot trust the media. I don't look at the media anymore. The sources I go to are C-SPAN, unedited footage of Donald Trump's speeches. Damn it, I did it again. Unedited footage of President Trump's speeches. And just unedited. I don't want to hear what the news has to say, because the news is screwing everything up.
It's all opinion pieces.
It's all opinion pieces. It's all just
retarded fucking.
You know, there's just
about...
a lot of things going on, and the media is letting us down. The media is hiding stuff. Why are we not seeing anything about Paris in the media? Why is there nothing about it? I admit I'm not seeing it on the news because I don't watch the news. But my mom, who watches the news, hasn't said anything concerning the Paris riots. And I don't hear it on the radio on my way to work. So, yeah.
They're not covering it as much. I think Young Turks mentioned it a little bit, so they might cover it a little bit.
Yeah.
They're probably making excuses like, oh, we understand though, because boo-boo.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure. I'll bet you they are.
Also, another thing about the media, too, is going back to the whole fake news.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny, because CNN, you know how I got all defensive, oh, it's not, you shouldn't label it fake news because you don't like it. Wasn't the CNN one of, like, the first news agencies to, like, declare all, like, independent, like, you know, YouTubers to be fake news?
Right.
So, they fucking started that shit. So, fuck them. So they can fucking reap what they sow.
Yeah. So it's just as I said, this is just getting out of hand, and the media is severely letting us down. I will be putting some links into this video about some of the stuff I've seen concerning what's going on, like in Paris, and. You also got this other one where peaceful Muslims terrorize Lake Calhoun in Minnesota. Apparently, a bunch of people who were at Lake Calhoun, which is, I guess, a lake in Minnesota, were accosted by Muslims. You know, I will also put the link to the Swedish woman that got gang raped on Facebook Live. I will put that link in, and. We've got to start really being critical thinkers about the news that we get, because it's getting out of hand. And this latest stupidity concerning this misspeaking of Trump is just, for me, it's the last straw. And it should be the last straw for everybody. People have got to start critically looking at the news sources, news information, and see if Donald Trump actually did say these things he's accused of saying. Okay, well, that's about it. Amber, if you've got anything more?
Oh, yes. One last thing. Close with, kind of going back in time. Do you remember when the left, when people on the left were against the mainstream media?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I know what happened. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, everything else is said, you know, just basically, it's bullshit.
Yep.
Do your homework. Goddamn, watch a goddamn 5-minute fucking video.
That's right.
Like, I've never seen that. Goddamn, fucking do your goddamn homework.
Yeah, that is actually very true. I will bring this point up in discussions with people concerning Islam and concerning the expansion of it. I I am continuously seeing people comparing it to Christianity and saying that the two are exactly the same. The problem is that is absolute bull fucking shit. Now, I'm an agnostic. I believe there's a great maker, but most of the Bible I sort of throw aside. But I do look at what the Bible says so that I can see if Christians are actually speaking the words of their patriarch. Here's the scary thing about Islam. Most of the shit we're seeing, the patriarch was behind. If you don't believe me, grab a Quran, crack it open, and read it.
It's also online. You don't even have to buy it.
That's right.
Don't
It is
fucking
online.
lazy.
Also, go onto YouTube and look up videos from scholars dealing with Islam. It is not what people are saying. It is not like Christianity. I'm sorry.
Out there now.
Okay? I used to be one of those people who said, "Oh yeah, Islam's a religion of peace," and there was 530. There was, you know, the pastor's 532, which is really nice when you look at how it's spoon fed to us. You know, he who kills an innocent man kills every innocent man, and he who helps an innocent man helps all innocent men, or something like that. Yeah, you might want to look at 532 a little better, because there's a caveat to that whole thing. Islam's scary. Okay? And what Donald Trump was talking about, it's not a lie. It's happening. And there's not much else I can say.
Gotta do something about immigration.
So hopefully the next time I will not be looking so scruffy and or looking like Ozzy Osbourne. I mean, damn. Sharon! Hey! Sharon!
What?
Sharon! He screams Sharon, and I look like fucking Ozzy Osbourne.
Okay,
So
I didn't really watch a lot of it.
oh, I know. Okay, so with that stupidity, I will be signing off, and hopefully you made it throughout this. And I don't apologize for the swearing, because swearing is part of life, and swearing is life.
Yep.
Have a good night.